time. So we have come this hour to say thank you. Father, we have nothing else to give you in return but to say thank you. Father, we say thank you for the strength you give her. We say thank you for the knowledge. We say thank you for the wisdom. We come this hour as your children. We plead your mercy upon us. Father, we fall short every day. We sin against you in our thoughts, deeds, and action. But we have come as filthy as we are to say have mercy. As merciful you are, we have come this hour to say have mercy. We plead your mercy. We say take her through this journey. We say thank you for protecting her. We say thank you. We worship you. We give you praise. We give you adoration. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you, Winifred, for blessing this occasion. And now for a little excitement, entertainment. Hello. We'll move on to the National Cultural Troupe for a performance.
Sirleaf in Bomi County.
Wow.
This is a program done for all. This is at the table
it's kind of very interesting that
with
we started all the important
chairman
program
of
with
the
our
National
own
Investment
traditional
Foundation,
brand.
which
It
is
tells you that we're not in Monrovia. It tells you that
Mr.
we're back
George
home.
Winner,
So we
Education
appreciate our own.
Minister.
So to the court, to say thank you, and that was a brilliant performance.
So go back to the MC.
You know, when we're coming this morning, my brother Uriah said, finally you're going to see your Harvard alumni. So I said, oh, I thought this year we're going to tell the president thank you. I spent only 2 with the president, spent a whole year there going my son. I should give him my colleague. But I was on the phone. Yeah. So, it's important that we all understand why we are here. And it is important that we all know those young people who believe in your leadership, those young people who started along with you to ensure that we had 12 years of peace and stability. And in those 12 years, they were able to struggle, strive, and make better life for themselves through the wisdom for you. So there are people who conceive the idea that you are our legacy. So now we call on Madam Kwesi Bole-Saki to come and give a welcome remark in of this all-important program.
Hello everyone. Her Excellency.
Can you give a face? Thank you.
President of the Republic of Liberia. Members of government here present, elders, chiefs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of I Am Her Legacy team, I'd like to welcome you all to this thank you event for Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, here in Bomi County. As you are all aware, Her Excellency, Madam Sirleaf has served as our president for the past 12 years, and many of us here today know those 12 years to be the most stable in our life, us being young people. And I think this is something worth celebrating and worth being appreciated. On this note, I'd like to tell you why we're all gathered here today. We are gathered here today to say thank you to our president, our grandmother, our mother, our auntie, our mentor, and for most people, our legacy. The occasion today comprises of a lot of fun and exciting performances, testimonials, and poetry. So I'd like you all to relax, enjoy, and then just help us celebrate, Madam President, our legacy. Thank you.
And now, okay, we've seen our traditional troupe perform, and now we are moving on to another entertainment by the Monrovia Mass Choir. Give it up for the Monrovia Mass Choir.
So we are with the Monrovia Mass Choir.
And just a little history of the Monrovia Mass Choir. It's not just a new mass choir in Liberia. Been around since 1993. From generation to generation, they've been keeping that faith. They've been winning souls. They are all made as professionals. And I used to be a Muslim, but I met him over Mass Choir. I tend to be a Christian. Because the songs, the warm my soul with.
Sorry, let me sit this one, yeah? I'll just leave this for a while. So we at the farm of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, where she's been honored. Now it's the Mass Choir, or the Mass Choir. We are in Bomi County, where President Sirleaf is being honored.
Say amen. Amen. My Lord. Let the church say amen. All right. God has spoken. Say amen. God has spoken, so let it rain. Say amen. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. God has spoken.
We are at the farm of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We are at the farm of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, where she's been honored by Liberians in Bomi County.
Yeah. Come, Mr. God. Fingers.
Oh Lord, my God, when there was someone down, come say the Lord, thou hast made. I see the scars, I heard the rolling thunder, down through walls, toward you, never displayed. Say,
at the farm.
So how many presidents joining me?
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
How many persons joining me? The first time I heard him,
Several persons came to honor President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf at her farm
you know,
in
the
Bomi County.
this program,
Just heard the voice of
it's not after her inauguration. Because Facebook is not going to see the winner because they won't carry that seat. But now she's leaving. We cannot see me there. The name will say, I will see her boy. So to tell you how much sincere we are as young people, how much we believe in your leadership, and how much we are prepared to say thank you. And we have come with our all. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't bring the entire, everybody bringing that 2 or 3 children that we made in your 12 years. But if you had the capacity to do that, you're going to see, you really happy to sleep. Because you see, oh, you're going to try to into the swamp, oh, you're going to do this one. So say, no, that will represent the family. So they're all the 2-year-old, the 1-year-old. Not Joe, woman. The 2 year, the 2-year, plenty. Some all rap. Today they call Mr. Sonkari. You know what I mean? Like 2-year-old, we go drink juice. Yeah, we drink juice along with the woman. So you go there for me? Alright, take it from there.
Alright, thank you. Thank you to the Mass Choir for that beautiful session. We know a lot of people here today would like to say something to thank our president for everything she's done for over the years. But unfortunately, we can't have everybody saying a lot of everybody speaking today. So we have a few. We have a list of few people who will be giving out their testimonies today. And also, if any institute that would like to say something, just walk to the back and make it clear to Mrs. Bullet. And then she will write your name down, then you will have the time to say. But for now, we will call on, for testimony, we'll call on our Executive Director, George Wisner.
There he is. Yeah, open the testimony.
To open our testimony.
Yeah. But to those who will not speak, there is still a medium for you to speak. We ensure this committee will ensure that we hire 4 or 5 radio stations so you can go and speak. Just give the name to my cheerleader and you will speak.
So we have George
Thank you very, very much.
of the National
Madam
Investment
President.
Commission.
Madam Chair, Leader of the Investment Commission and other government officials. I will avoid a temptation to talk too long. I'll be straight to the point. Madam President, as we gather here, and I speak not only for my brothers and sisters, but for myself from the bottom of my heart. When you look back, your greatest legacy is not in the number of roads that you built, or the fact that you have erased our debt. No. Your greatest legacy has been in the investment that you have made in us, the young people. You have helped us to dream again. You have inspired us to believe in ourselves and our country again. You've inspired us to say to ourselves we can be anything once our mind and our heart are in it. Madam President, when no one believed that you could take that risk with young people, not only sending us to school to prepare for today, but even entrusting us with responsible obligations. I know you must have come under fire at that time. Say, well, she carrying all these small children, all the grandchildren of hers. But you believe in the Liberia that was possible. And you believe that it could only be if we were prepared to face tomorrow. Madam President, as you leave today, we are grateful because we can confidently say we can face the world of complications and uncertainty with confidence because you have believed in us and you have invested in us. And this is your greatest legacy. We are your legacy as we walk the streets of Monrovia. As people see us, We are your legacy, not the road. Us. And we will forever remain grateful to you. Loyal. Madam, if there were words to describe, we would. We thank you plenty. Plenty, plenty. Today we are not afraid of anything. My brother was saying, you know, we bring CV. Even with transition, we're so confident that we don't even have to stay in front of anybody to even worship anybody. That's how you have believed and built in us. We can face tomorrow. Thank you, Madam President. You are not only our president, you are our mom. You are our grandma. You remember sometimes you chastised me. I was not happy sometimes I left your office. You will say, where's now we are talking? Let me see you go out of our inefficiency. I would have. But when I went outside, I said, yeah, the Oma not talk. When I come back inside, I say, Oma, that thing you talk, I let the way you talk to me. And you say, yeah, I want you to know that the thing you did not correct. I know you happy with how I talk. I will teach you now how you do it. And when I treat my kind, I know when you are happy with what I say, but I mean it, but I want you to do it. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, you tell your other one, right? When almost 20 countries. I will forgive you. You'll go to the real turn.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for that. And we'll move on to the next person. I know everybody we have a lot to say, but I would love it if everybody make it very brief, like Executive Director Wisna just did. So everybody, please be brief. And the next person we have is my own self-friend and brother, the Pangana man, Mahmoud Johnson.
So we're gonna have Mahmoud Johnson of J-Palm.
Thank you very much, Madam President,
Liberia.
government officials here present. It will be hard to keep it short. I will try. The first encounter I had with the president was in 2007. I was 16 years old at the time, 11th grade in high school, and I was a child broadcaster on Twitter. And we interviewed the president, and then I was the one reading the news in the morning, so I guess everybody heard me on the radio. So we did a 2-week program at the radio station, and then after the radio program, I went back to school. And then like a week later, I got a phone call that the president had sent a letter to the radio station inviting me to form part of a delegation to go to Ghana for German African Summit, where they had the German president and all these heads of state, and Mr. Winston was also on that trip with us to Accra. And that was one of the defining moments in my life, because here I was, this young man coming from nowhere amongst all these heads of state and ministers and high-level officials, and I was there having conversations, sitting in the same chair with the president, and it made me realize that I too was important. And I guess when I came back, I sort of came back with that mindset that I too could make a difference. And that was where it all started. I finished high school, I was able to get an internship working in the Ministry of State. And there was one day when a crew from a radio station in Canada came to interview the president. And at the time I was working in the public affairs office, so we went and set up the studio and they interviewed the president. And after the interview, the president saw me and he said, "Oh, but what are you doing here?" I said, "But I'm interning here now." At that time I was working with Rapture Philly. And we started talking, and it came down to school business, and she was saying to Rapture, she said, "But why don't we try to find a scholarship or something?" And so that was when, so that I took that and ran with it, and we went downstairs, did research about applying to schools in the US, applied to a bunch of schools, did the SATs and all of that, and I was able to get into a school in the States, Dartmouth College, and I was able to get a 90% scholarship from the school, and by the president agreed for the government to finance the remaining 10%. So for the entire 4 years I was in the States, I didn't have to worry about student loans and all of that because the government took care of that. And so when I was finishing college, the college I went to was one of those schools that's targeted by all the big investment banks and consulting companies. And they will come on the campus to court you, paying you $100,000, $200,000 right out of college. And that seemed interesting, but I knew that there was no way that all of this could have been given to me and for me to now come back and try to pay it forward. And so I decided to come back home, and what I was thinking was, how can I help? I mean, it's one thing to go and work in the government, but I don't think everybody should go and work in the government. I was thinking, you know, we have huge unemployment problem, we have a lot of people living in poverty. How can we as young people, you know, focus on complementing what the government is doing in the private sector? And I realized that we have all these people in rural areas processing palm oil with their hands. So initially when I started my business, the idea was to say, how can we make it easier for the small farmer in the rural areas to make their production process faster? So we got machines and put in the rural areas, and people started using our machines to make oil. So instead of spending 8 hours to process 1 drum of oil, you have a machine that makes the oil for you in 30 minutes. And what ends up happening is that people earn more money because they harvest more palm, they make more oil, and they're able to improve their lives. And then also realized that all these palm kernels are going to waste. What do you do with the palm kernels? We realized that, well, you know, we can try to make, you know, products for skin and hair. And so we started making palm kernel oil for skin care. And in that process, by the president, I'm happy to say that over the last 2 years, we've been able to employ more than 300 young people to work for us. To work for us as sales agents, as purchase agents, to work in the factory, to work in marketing and sales, to work in finance, and all these different functions. And as the business continues to grow, we also have opportunities. So now I'm sure many people have seen our ad on Facebook. Every day we hire people on Facebook, through Facebook, for sales agent and other positions. Because the goal here is we want to be able to create an opportunity wherein young people without skills can be able to get a job, make money, and send themselves to school. And that's what's happening now. We have a lot of young people working in our company who are sending themselves to school, who are sending their children to school. In fact, sales agents said we have a monthly meeting with the sales agents, and the sales agent remarked that nowadays she's able to depend on her own finances to take care of herself. She doesn't have to rely on a boyfriend or a ballpark. And for me, I feel like that epitomizes what we're trying to do, and I'm very grateful that we're doing it. And I mean, I can honestly say here that none of this would have happened without that encounter with you and without having that opportunity to go out and get educated and build confidence in myself. So on behalf of all the hundreds of people who work in my business and the thousands of people who work in the business in the future, and on behalf of all the thousands of Liberians who look nice because of our product, I want to say thanks to you. And as you go out, I wish you God's continuous blessings. I wish you great health, and I wish you relaxation. Thank you so much.
You know, why do I explain a beautiful story? My children were jealous. So, me and the president wanted to see squad for it in a cabin way. So he told my cat, I'll forgive you. But it's important that people explain these stories. It serves as a motivation for a lot of people here today. Some people haven't experienced this kind of situation. And Mamu is a very bright young man. We follow him every day on Facebook. Even though some of us buy his product, we're encouraging a lot of people here to test it and see the difference. It's about Liberia. Even if you don't like it, you can buy and share with Mankema or Gemela Corporation in Dry Jelly. J Dry. Okay, good. No, for Nima, the accent. Different. I think I barely move on over, so I'll get edge.
All right, we have someone representing the youth. We have Beck June. Is Beck June here? Beck June? Okay, I see you already. And get yourselves ready. After Beck June, we'll have another performance by the choir.
Beck June.
Hello, everyone. Hello. We're supposed to be celebrating, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but I apologize. Anyway, for me, I'm excited. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Madam President, I love you. I never thought a woman would become president in Liberia, especially during my time. I didn't dream of it at all. So when I came from school one day, I saw a flyer of her skin like this. I was like, really? Okay, we got in there. So she won the election. The record was set. And everyone in Liberia participated to make that happen. So I'm grateful we are part of history. Madam Sirleaf, in development economics, when you invest into human capital, you have done well. I can safely tell the world that you actually did well. For young people to serve in government, we don't really need to see the skyscrapers. You have taught us how to fish. We will do that. So indeed, we are your legacy. Thank you very much for everything. I'm grateful. Thank you.
We are grateful. You know,
So
when the choir coming,
the second round.
you know, I used to live, you know, I used to live on the other side. You see, Charles other side. So they had a general. So Charles gave 15 cards to divide all the spring of food.
To do another.
So while dividing the card, you forgot what it's up. So you divide all the 15 cards, then you want to charge it up. So, I guess so. He said, oh, but I thought you do. Why you guess so? You won't go. So, the whole thing, sometimes kind of program, I got to do a legacy statement. If I really never walk. You know, the president, I got to organize that.
We are going to do a song that's, I mean, this is a thank you program by the president. We're going to do a song that is, was written and arranged by the Monrovia Community Mass Choir. It's entitled Thank You, Lord. Yeah.
Thank you, my Ellie. Tommy, that's so bad. Oh, bad song. It was beautiful, a beautiful one. A beautiful one. Where's my co-MC? Where's my co-MC with the master carpet? Where's my co-MC?
The Moreover community of my squad.
You know,
we at the farm of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, where she's been honored by several Liberians.
And that person represents an organization that have complemented the dream of our president. You know, in the last 12 years, a lot of things have happened when it comes to entertainment in Liberia. And because of that, today, you can see Liberian songs on the international media. You can listen to Liberian songs on the YouTube. Years back, you could not. But there are a certain group of people, young people, who thought, why that I shouldn't work for government before I make life. I can develop another sector of the economy to make a better life. And today, in our midst, we have such a person who will come and speak and give her testimony as she represents the entertainment industry. I'm pleased to call on Ms. Grace Weah, and she's commonly known as DJ Master Queen.
Thank you so much. Give me. Madam President, all protocols observed. As a little girl, growing up, I had always wanted to be someone within the public eyes. A figure that the young generation can look up to, someone that they will be able to count as a role model. And one thing I realized that in order to do that, you have to be a good follower. So I joined the guest in an indirect mentor, and I found a Liberian hero. And that person is no other but Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. To give you a few of her personality, she's a messenger. She's a protector of peace. She's a hero. The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. Quote Her Excellency. And as you can see today, I'm living her dream because I'm serving as one of the female broadcasters in Liberia. In a sector dominated by men, where I find myself the living master queen, the diva of radio. I stand tall, yes, because I didn't overlook my dream. I'm living my dream because of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Madam President, our mother, we love you. We cherish you. Having this moment right here means a lot to not only me, Master Queen, but to every young person in this room. Before I leave, I want to thank you so much for every great thing and every dream you make reality to all of us. I'm so proud to tell the world today, yes, I am your legacy. My name is Grace Weah. Thank you so much.
That's Radio Gradient, DJ Master Queen. So, this is very long, and we realized that we got to group it so that everybody be comfortable. You know, there are a lot of young people, a lot of young people who took upon the opportunity to say that I am for legacy, not by her governance structure, but by challenging the status quo to go to school and be that person. And I'm very pleased and honored to call the biggest block of young people who went to school abroad. And they are the Chinese scholars. So now we call the representative of the Chinese Scholars Association to come and make a brief remark.
Madam President, all protocols. Live your dream. And my dream of becoming an architect has been fulfilled. Honor your leadership.
Yeah.
I started my architectural journey at the Milton & Richards architectural firm, and there I started just drawing lines. And when I graduated from the Polytechnic in 2008, I had been looking for a scholarship to go and study architecture. I had the opportunity to go and study project management. I turned it down, but I wanted to do architecture, and that had been my dream all through. So I joined the President's Young Professional Program, and while on the program, I was privileged to work in the office for 2 years, the PDU, under Fillmore, and in 2014, I got the scholarship. The thing is, one good thing, the two programs, the Personal Professional Program and the Scholarship Program, are the two programs I've seen went through that people usually say there is always some little, Coco G something in terms of the vetting process. But these two programs that I went through the vetting process, it is very, very transparent. Very transparent. And I encourage a lot of young people to take advantage of the Chinese scholarship. 2014, I left from Liberia during the heat of the Ebola. And I went to China. It was very challenging, but we made it. And we came back 2016 with a degree, a master's degree in architecture, 12 years legacy, Madam President. Today, Madam President, the dream again, coming home, is I hope I will have the opportunity to be able to work on a very huge project that will help to boost my career. And when I return home on the 30th of July, I was called on the 2nd of August by the former PDU boss, current public works minister, Julie Moore, to come and serve. And I was appointed as the assistant chief architect. Madam President, as part of your legacy, today we are serving as the project coordinator for the ministerial complex and the Capitol building project. But I was at the PDU at the time, and we know what we went through when it comes to making that project to come to reality. So, Madam President, there's a lot to say thank you for. We will be so ungrateful to have sat here without recognizing how we accomplish honor your leadership. So on behalf of the Chinese Scholars Association, there are lots of my friends here. We went to the same school together. We want to take this time to say thank you, Madam President, for giving us the opportunity. When I was at the PDU, I was able to do a research in that paper on the Liberian economy, with all the the GDP, Liberia, I and what have you, our human capacity was less than 20%. And now we can see that with the struggle, we are going to a struggling economy. Today, we have more young people who are capacitated, and some of us have come back and tried to pass that knowledge down. So I want to say thank you, and let your legacy will live on. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Architect, soon to be Chief Architect. I'm a joke, you will enjoy it. That's very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much on behalf of the Chinese Scholar Association. Yeah, my co-host is here. How was it? Was it good? All right, give on it.
All right. So thank you so far to everyone who extended their appreciation to Madam. And now we are going on to Youth for Change. Youth for Change. Okay, the debate team, Youth for Change. Give him a round of applause.
You'll be a American, I achieve a hope.
Thank you very much for the platform granted us this afternoon. Quickly, my name is Neon Seswa, and I'm the head adjudicator for the National High School debate team that came from South Africa at least 2 months ago in December of last year. So we are honored to be here, and quickly I will turn over to one of the players in South Africa to lead the process of thanking our mother for the support she gave us to make this day a success.
Thank you very much. Madam President, members of government here present, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here today to appreciate Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. My name is Yuben A. Rosuto, and a friend of mine once said that if you have so many appreciations to give, just put it in a nutshell and say a big thank you. I know. We want to appreciate the President for her support towards this team. She supported us to go to South Africa and come back, and we have come to show her that her support wasn't in vain. We yielded good results that we are happy to say thank you for. And we also want to appreciate you, Madam President, for your support towards the young people of Liberia. As we all say, the youth of Liberia is the future of Liberia. And we are happy that you have invested your time and talents for the past 12 years into the young people of Liberia. Without further ado, I'll turn the mic over to Fadela Shabani, who will go on with the presentation and give you these words. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam President, Mama, we are here to show you that your support was not in vain. We have brought back from South Africa a medal, a certificate, and a trophy. So, we won this medal for being the best West African team in the entire tournament of 14 countries. And we won this certificate for being the best West African delegation in the entire tournament. And we won this trophy for being the best. I mean literally the best and the most outstanding performance in the entire tournament in their entire history. But now, Madam President, before leaving for South Africa, we wanted to say thank you for your support, but then we didn't have the time. So here we have a gift for you, and we'd like to present this medal to you and our trophy. In and on behalf of the state team of Liberia, we present you with this present. Wow. Wow. This is precious. You did that well. Congratulations. Thank you.
I should be thanking you for making Liberia proud.
You gave us the platform and the opportunity.
And actually, there has never been a team entering the competition for first time to win up to 3 games. And up to our 5. And up to our first time, we won 5 out of 8 games. So that's why we got the trophy as the most outstanding delegation in the competition.
Thank you so much. I know we that you're ready to talk, but at least this time you'll talk good talk.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you.
So
thank you so much. Congratulations, you must continue this debate. What you have done there, you need to spread here. So young people can join that debate with you. You can encourage them to debate because you'll be debating on real issues, on important issues. And that's what we want to say because I know you went through that. Maybe teach others so they can too follow your footsteps. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're real people now. So the president of God give. Co-host. So what's on your plate?
Alright, Unity Band. We have the Unity Band. Alright, give it up for the Unity Band.
The Unity Band. They are coming to perform. We are at the farm of President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in Bomi County, Liberia specifically. your information.
Thank you. Take care, man. You know, young people issues in this country is marriage by woman. So imagine if we can account for 60% of the population as youth. Imagine how much work the woman has to do to ensure that the president is not on Broad Street saying, I will see. So when I look at the list, I say, he shouldn't tell me. There's 17 young men there and say, you brave man. So I said, okay, no, I'll make it talk. So now I'm pleased to call on Mr. Santo, Mr. Youth and Sport.
Santo.
Thank you very much, Madam President, and all the young people here today. For me, this is a special honor. I know this is all about the young people. Now I put myself in the category of older youth. So I'm an older youth, so please take that. Madam President, I come here to honor you today. I didn't tell you this before, but during the war, when we fled this country, why running away, I had a little child with me, and we sought refuge at a particular place one time. And child soldiers came around, and they asked the child to go and play with them. I didn't have to, I wanted to say, stop, don't go. But when I looked at what the child soldier had in their hand, I changed my mind. But when God blessed me and I was able to leave this country, the only thing I wanted to do was to learn something that would help me to work with those children. And so I went away. I volunteered my service in a youth center in England, and I was given a scholarship to study. And my dream has always been to come back to work with young people. When I came back, Madam President, you gave me that chance to work with young people. And ever since then, I've only had the chance to give it my all. You guided me in the process. Sometimes when I was sleeping, you just a look would set it right for me. But I want to say thank you so much. Today, there's a PYP program. I know they will have the chance to talk. But I am so grateful for, at least there's one line somewhere in the legacy that would say that there was a man who came here and helped, to build a program called the President's Young Professional Program. So most of my staff are not here right now because a lot of them have to stay at the stadium because we're preparing the stadium for inauguration on Monday. But once again, I want to say thank you, congratulations, Madam President. I know that you're not leaving us. You're only leaving the stage, but you'll always be here to guide us. And so thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Okay. We listened to him and he said he headed the PYP, was the founding father of the PYP. But there's a current structure of the PYP that are so eager to explain their story and to tell you that you have made impact in their life. So now we call on the National Coordinator of PYP to come and make a statement.
Her Excellency President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, all protocols observed. I'd like to call on all the members of the President's Young Professional Program here to please join us to say thank you to Her Excellency. Madam President, on behalf of the Board of Directors, the alumni, young professionals, and the current class of the young professionals, we've come here today to join the voices of all others to say thank you. Thank you for believing in us. And thank you for believing that we are part of Liberia's development, if not the answer to Liberia's development. When you launched the PYPP in 2009, you just gave ate your blessings with such as Ento, and you allow him to do what he did. Today, we're just a fraction of the 120 young professionals that have come through this program, who are now occupying critical roles in the government, from directors to Willow, who just told his story here, to deputy directors, to budget officers, to controllers, to chief accountants, all across the ministries and agencies. These people wouldn't have had the chance, Madam President, to be where they are if you did not believe that young people, instead of being the problems to Liberia, are the solution to Liberia's problems. We come to say thank you also for giving us the confidence to do what we can do. Today, Madam President, we can boast of, and I will challenge another organization to come in and step up to a near gender parity recruitment of 46% females and 54% males in a country like Liberia. Today also, because of your belief in the young people and the President's Young Professional Program, this proven model that has been tested over the period of 8 years as a public sector innovation to build the capacity of civil service is now an exported model. Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Guinea are now asking us, how did you do it, so we can do it in our countries too. Madam President, today we just come to say thank you. I mean, we could go on to and just list all we've achieved, all we've accomplished as the PYPP. I know when we started up in 2009, I was with the first batch of recruited young professionals in 2009. We were referred to as your spies. It was the nomenclature. The President's Young Professionals said, oh, okay, President Sirleaf has sent people to spy on us now. But the road wasn't easy, but we held on to one thing we say at the President's Young Professionals, that obstacles are the things you see.
You take your eyes off the goals.
And we didn't take our eyes off the goals because you told us to stay focused. Madam President, we thank you. We wish you Godspeed. We wish you good health, and we will continue to walk the steps that you have asked us to walk. Today we've also come to present you a plaque in appreciation of your support to we at the President's Young Professional Program.
I gotta get this one.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you.
Once again, on behalf of the Board of Directors and all these young professionals, we'd like to say thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, PYP.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even though someone will not be happy, but thank you, Madam President. But it is important that we as Christians will say, before you go to the fire, you pass through the sun. So, and the like I said, came, I will pay for someone special. Someone that will want to get our things done. He said, oh man, how can we do it? And she will say, you know, you're doing it when you're doing it when you're doing it. So, I will ask my co-host to introduce this special person and to call on the legacy team to come again and present again.
Okay, so come on.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Auntie Jenny would love for you to please come for the presentation for giving.
Can you put the microphone up?
Use the mic.
It's a journey, please.
Yeah. Sorry, entertaining. We'll have to remove you from the background today. Entertaining. We thought about what to give you as a gift. And we couldn't think of no precious or any valuable gift other than the Holy Bible. And we chose it because over the years, you've imparted so many lives. Your wisdom, your wiseness, your love, your encouragement. We're so grateful. I am so grateful to have known you. And everyone who has ever interacted with you, I believe, is also grateful. Thank you, Jenny, for your wisdom. Thank you so much for being a part of our lives. Thank you.
And the Bible reads, this is presented to infant Jenny Brendas by all those lives that you have imparted. We want to say thank you, infant Jenny, may God bless you and give you more grace and add more years to your life. We appreciate you a whole lot.
What can I say? This is a big surprise. I know Cornelia is behind all this. but you know, thank you. You could not have given me a better gift because I lean on God's word for everything that I do and say. And wisdom, God has touched me to realize when I should and when I shouldn't, and I always praise Him. But working with you people has been a pleasure for me. I came here to be with my sister and to give her all the support that I can and that I could. And now that her tenure is over, I want to thank God that she had a successful one. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have made it a pleasure to return to Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you to you guys. Well, the next item was Enter Jenny's response, so she already did that. So now we'll move on to the Young Professional Women Network of Liberia.
Madam President, I want to be a little bit familiar because I know all powerful women seated at the high table. Into Medina, into Edmonia, I hope I'm getting it right, into Pushu, and of course into Jenny, and our mother, our president. I stand here to represent about 25 young professional Liberian women, some of whom, about 4 of whom are junior ministers within this government, headed by you. But I want to personally say what you've been, what you are and what you've been to our country has motivated me personally. I graduated from the university as a political science student. When I offered to do political science, the first question my department chair asked me was, so you want to be the next Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? And I proudly said yes, but I don't have to do political science to be a president. So I went through university, and of course, I worked for government, and I got an opportunity to travel. But how close I have come personally with you was through the Ellen Girls Brigade. I'm a proud member, a founding member of the Ellen Girls Brigade. I actually wrote the Ellen Girls Brigade Constitution. At that time, I was at the African Methodist Episcopal University, where Mr. Cooper and the late Wilhelmina Conway, we all founded the Ellen Girls Brigade, and we were with you throughout the campaign and your projects through the 2011 elections. And I also met you in 2015 when I was doing my master's in Nairobi. I was actually the cheerleader for the Liberian students in Nairobi. I remember that night after the program, you called me and said, but Charlie, I don't know all these people were here. I said, well, you are one man and we can speak to you. And it was a wonderful time with you. You've affected a lot of young women. You've given us an assurance of our confidence. Your life has shown us that as young women, we can push for wherever we want, and the sky, and even beyond the sky is our limit. And we have come to say thank you. Indeed, we are your legacy. The Young Professional Women Network of Liberia wanted an opportunity with you where we would have visited you here on your farm to have a chat with you. We tried all efforts and we couldn't drop our communication off to get a schedule with you. And that's why when we heard about this program, although some of us would have still been in attendance, but we thought to come with our many organizations that we work with and that we represent to come. And part of that, the membership, 2 of them are on this, I'm Your Legacy team, Ms. Cornelia Topa, and Mrs. Kose Saki. And a lot of us, I think I've seen 4 or 5 of us who are here. And we can't say thank you enough. We've gotten the education, we've gotten the confidence, and we've gotten the boldness to stand and say, yes, we are young women, and we can reach out for anything, even though we live in a society of sustained patriarchy and male dominance. But we know with the confidence you've given us, we can stand tall and say, as women, we can do it. So my name is Memona M. Kamara. I work as a policy officer at the Governance Commission, and I stand here to say I am proud to say I am your legacy. Move on as you turn over power. May God be with you, and may you live through your legacy. God bless you.
And my name is Ralph Kale. I supported her to be your legacy. Thank you very much. I'm going to spice the thing up. There are a couple of children that are seen as your children, your own. They believe in you. You were there for them. You took their hands. You made them what they wanted to be. And they said they have a plan to express as their gratitude to what you have done for them over the last 12 years. They refer to themselves as adopted grandchildren, not my word. I mean, they brought a disclaimer. So the adopted grandchildren of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing before you all, I'm Constance B. Camo. I can call the president my grandmother. Before my late sister come on board, I would like to appreciate your mother and Auntie Johnny for your love, your support, for everything you have done for us. I think if you guys went on YouTube, I was the high school student, the leader. I was one of the leaders that misbehaved and also challenged grandmother because I was so upset with some of our EPS guys. They nearly knocked us down and the temper was in me, so I talked to her like she was my uncle, but I apologized. And everything went on well. Since that, she took us in. She took me in, and right now, out of high school, I have traveled, I have started working, and a lot of things been happening for me and my family. So grandmother, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for not putting me in jail because at the time I misbehaved. The minister called me and said the president wants to see you. I was like, Jesus, I'm dead. I called my father. By that time he was still living, but he was sick. I said, Daddy, if you don't see me anymore, wish me I'm dead. He said, why are you saying that? I said, because I misbehaved on the president and right now she wants to see me. So if you don't see me, I'm dead. He said, why would you say that? One day, maybe it's an opportunity. I said, Dad, I'm not going there. And then the minister called me for the second time. I said, sir, I'm not coming there. You have to call my principal before I'll reach there. He said, okay, no problem. He called my principal. I said, okay, right now, at least I'm a little bit safe. Because you know what, if you go misbehave on the president, and then they say the president wants to see you, It was so crazy. So I went there, I met the president. She said, I can see your dream. There are a lot of young people that want to go to school, but they don't have the opportunity. Right now, I will give you the opportunity to go to school in any school of your choice. So right now, grandmother, I just want to say I love you in the journey. I love you so much. Thank you.
All right. I wrote an article for grandmother, and it's entitled Madam Sirleaf, an angel sent from God. You helped us laugh. You dried our tears. Because of you, we have no fears. We felt your gentleness as you walked beside us. You did things for us and hold us in your heart, even when we failed or went wrong. You treated us with respect and love as if we are or we were your biological grandchildren. God sent us an angel. You have been with us through all our lives and watched us grow into a decent and young, intelligent men and women. For this, we are proud to be called your grandchildren. At first, we thought it was impossible. We thought we were in a dream and that we needed to wake up because this was too much for a human. It's unreal. I still couldn't believe that you did all this for us. It's hard to forget someone who gave you so much to remember. Grandma, we know you loved us. And this is why we love you, because nobody else has ever given us the love you and your family members have given us. We love you because you make us to feel that we are worth something. We love you because you believe in us. You make us smile when we want to frown. So we say you are an angel sent from God. To my mentor, Madam Mary Brooke, you've been with me through the ups and downs. You are the light when there is no sun. You are the rainbow after the rain is done. You are the star that glitters in the night. Sometimes you find people who are part of your life just to change it. Someone who convinces you that there's really an unlocked door just waiting for you to open. I love you because you are simple, calm-hearted, and have an earnest heart. Thanks, Auntie Mary. Before I take my seat, please give me the opportunity to say thank you to few personalities. Firstly, let me say thank you to Auntie Jenny, Manso, and all of the friends of our grandmother for their words of encouragement. Thanks to Chief Wise and Uncle Batu for a job well done. Thank you to Reverend Tata Oluku Menche, CAO and Principal of Rakes Institute, who says you cannot climb the ladder from the top. Rather, you have to start from the bottom in order to appreciate your glory. Thanks to Uncle Abu for carrying us back to school when we were done with vacation. Thank you to my parents and family members. Not to forget the GSA family, especially Mr. Jacob Bankalu, Mrs. Eunice David Garnon, and Mr. Waika A. and Sally. Thanks to all those working with our grandmother. Especially, let me say a big thank you to the biological grandchildren of Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for accepting us as their brothers and sisters. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all.
And now we have a performance from the
traditional grandchildren.
The Bomi traditional choir. And after this will be presentation of gifts to Madam, and we'll take a response to her after this. Give it up for the choir.
One tripod.
A round of applause for the choir.
Hello? Okay, these are two groups from 2 terms. I think we celebrate with our brothers from the Ministry of Education. They got a whole stand, Jua, with their traditional group. And they have Gowon stand to the nearby, they have time, labor, to celebrate with our brothers, to have some traditional music for our mother. So for now, we start from the whole stand, Jua, and then we go to Gowon stand. Just short. Now we call on the one stand just for 5 minutes celebration. Go one stand. 2 minutes, go one stand, 2 minutes. again from our side, the clap. Okay, the first song from Trade, the whole stand saying that if one of them will see a leader again like our mother than living because I usually see the flare coming. Well, and the long flare will come in the time. That's what that song means. Trade. Then the people say now, oh, our mother have called when I said it. Another leader will call again, you can't see that way. So the asking question to we the public, well, another leader will call them again. So let me say it now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Another round of applause.
2 times from Bomi County.
Okay. Now we come to the end of this program, but there are two sort of people that need to speak. Then from there, they bring beyond this organization, they come to give a vote of thanks, and they give a present to Madame, and Madame will make a response. So we're going to call the Liberia United Kingdom Scholar Society and the Moroccan Scholar Society. And generally, guys, I gave them 2 minutes each to come and make a brief remark to Madame. And sincerely, I'm the president, but I will give to my Secretary General to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. All protocol observed. You know, a lot of people were here today talking about their personal interaction with the president. My family came from Bomi and settled in Maracaibo, so I grew up selling chicken and fishing to go to school. I've never encountered the president personally, but I've encountered the president's leadership decision. Because of the president's leadership decision, some of us who entered University of Liberia 2000, 2001, by 2005 we should have been graduating and were first semester sophomore. Not that we're done, but because school was not the order of the day. We graduated, we got a bachelor's degree. I remember when I was in LRTC, they came with some of my colleagues. One day, Mr. Davis, not a big Davis, said that you have to go to school. I will talk to the president. And she will call the kind of people who give me scholarship. By the time I came back the next day, he said the scholarship is approved. I said, I have to go tell the president. Thank you. She doesn't know me. How would you get scholarship? It's not the president. That's a leadership decision. She's president. She doesn't have to know everybody to give me a scholarship. And then I came back with a master's degree. That's not the good part. The good part is, growing up, we never heard about tenure or advancement or senior government position. You either have to know the president or know the minister to get a job. Alright? So I remember one time I saw in the newspaper, they said, Deputy Executive Director of EPA. I said, I will apply. And then I applied. When I applied, the young man, the first day I went for the interview, they say the youngest among everybody, what do you think to get this job? I said, well, I applied. You think that I'm not qualified? I was qualified. Alright? And today, most of my colleagues don't even know my name. They call me DED, Deputy Executive Director. Every day DED, I told them, don't be calling me DED, my name is Uriah's God. So, Madam President, there are a lot of young people you have not personally met. Because they, oh, you know their name, they know you. But because of your great leadership, you know, decision, today we are here. I'm graduating from the law school a few months from now. And I will always give that credit to you. Because you don't know me, but because of your decision, we're here. And that's how we know a self-effective leader. A leader that's not always in the interest of people you know, but for the entire country. So I was the flag bearer to go to the UK. We approved the scholarship, and then we have about 35, you know, scholars under your leadership that went to the UK. We have a group. You know, most of them, some of them decided to go back to do a double master. I told them, well, you can tell the president, thank you, we'll be here, we'll be working. So today I have some of the greatest young men, you know, who are here today, and all of them have master's degree. You saw the MC. So we'd like to say a big thank you. You didn't know us personally, but at least you impacted our lives, and we'll always remember you. On behalf of the Liberia Youth Scholar Society, we'd like to say thank you, and to all of those who contributed to making our life better today. Thank you.
Now we'll call the Moroccan 2 minutes, please.
This is the commissioner we have on the future here, sir.
Okay, Madam President, all protocols there. On behalf of the Moroccan scholars, I would like to take this time to say a big thank you. We don't have similar stories. I just listened to my colleague Uriah. You see, I don't know how to start, right? But 12 years ago, the guys you see standing here had no hope. Alright? Like me, I graduated from St. Izito, and I used to go and put 3 barrels just to make ends meet. My colleague here used to do 1 or 2 things at the World Trade Center. But then when the first African female president took over, he doesn't know World Trade Center. You know what I said? I said back very small. They tell people where everything can happen. You know, so that's how difficult things were for us until the opportunity of Liberia itself. And when the first African female president took over, they hoped for a car, and we said, well, maybe things will change, and definitely things change for the better. We had the opportunity to go to Morocco, and we all went, we studied well, and the Moroccan graduates, since the administration, we have over 100 students that have benefited from the scholarship. We have doctors, right? Doctors currently serving, like Dr. Abinando, Dr. Unity Dopi, and others. You have some of us serving government today. I'm an assistant commissioner at the LRA. He's an assistant director. My colleague here is at the Ministry of Education coordinating this bilateral scholarship program. So, Madam President, you've done so much. You've transformed so much life. And all we can say is thank you. Your legacy is going to live on. And just know that we got your back. And we hope that this event will not just end here, but we can go one step further to continue to show to the world that indeed you are a good leader. We want to say thank you, we appreciate you, and we got your back.
Thank you very much, thank you very much. Now we are at the point of presentation of gifts. And my colleague has a display of list of, yeah. So after the gift presentation to the president, the Bring Beyond this program will do a vote of thanks there. We give the microphone to Madame to make our response.
Thank you, Her Excellency Mother Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, distinguished guests, all protocols. Madam President, there's a wise saying that wise people say much in words, and without much ado, on behalf of the professional police circle from the Ministry of State, we would like to present to you this portrait, which is a symbol of our gratitude. Madam President, a few years back, we had the issue of capacity development. And a couple of years ago, you had a meeting with the young people, and you were looking for young people to go into unexplored fields. Today, I can tell you that each and every one of us here, we cut across. Like you would say, like the Ministry of Internal Affairs or the Ministry of Finance that cut across government, we are that crossing group of young professionals. I'll just briefly read the words describing this portrait. We're saying, thank you, Your Excellency, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You gave us hope when we couldn't dream, and opportunities when we dream. Madam President, we would like to say a very big thank you for investing in our lives, for investing in our education, for daring us, for pushing us, and for everything that you have done. Madam President, thank you.
The message is thank you. Now call the West Point to present that gift.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon to all. Please listen to me. A traditional woman. Lucy Bobby from West Point, Germany. My mother, my sister, my auntie, my everything. I was in the rain. Sunshine on me. Rain beating me. I wasn't getting my house. I don't get nowhere to go. I run to my mother. I said, Ma, you don't tell me this year. You find somewhere for me. I will be the first
They pray for government, you buy it. They say, Molo, where happy? I say they pray are sleeping. What you go all in my house? And see carrying the house, and nowhere for me to see a seen the market for anymore. He say, Amma, please, let me find someone for you to lay. I said, and you do it for my one. Hey, I'm my friend there. And my mother do it for me. If I saw where temporary play, I was living there, no rape me, no sunshine on me, no water in my food. Now I see sun. Mother, please remember me anywhere you go. God be with you. The project, please finish our project before we go. Finish my project. Mama pay my heart. And you tell me I know for you put fire. I know that you know, my son I say for you. Tuo, mama mo tuo, and you love mama, no, please, what I want to say, that please. Madam
President, on behalf of the family of the West Bank, I want to appreciate you. I want to give you my prayer for the level of goodness you have done for the people of Liberia. There are more thousands of people, there are few who appreciate you. And we are more those that want to appreciate you for the level of work you have done for 12 years. Madam, we are here today to crown you and give you a certificate of honor that for the candidate, now there's a bidding going on, a construction going on for the West Bank, which you have done with the tough situation of budgeting, situation in the Republic of Liberia. But you went all out to make sure to redeem the West Bank from West Bank in the situation of veterans. Today we want to appreciate you. What is the Secretary? Please come and read this certificate of honor to our President of the Republic of Liberia.
Disaster victim of West Point, DVOWP, VA1 Community Publicity, Osorado County, Republic of Liberia. Certificate of Honor. This certificate is awarded to Her Excellency President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in recognition of our valuable services rendered to the disaster victim of West Point. For the relocation of the disaster victim of West Point to VA1 Community Public Safety, we hereby award you this certificate of honor in this appeal signatures on the 20th day of January 2017. Signed, Sarah Weaver, Secretary, attested, Lucy Berber, Chair Lady, approved, Honorable Sokodi Wise, Landlord and Chairman Bomi City Council. We hereby award the certificate to you.
Thank you. Thank you to the West Point. Thank you very much to the West Point. Jesus Christ said, let the little church come unto me. The moment I begin MC, I begin pastor. So the little church. The little church have a gift for you, Madam President.
Mama Ellen, on behalf of the children of Liberia, we want to say thank you for all you have done for us. We love you and bless you. God bless you.
So thank you, and let's go back, Jerry. We are winding down. Few minutes to show time. So, as we get very closer to the end of this program, there's one man, and this man is a friend. So the legacy team, before I get to that young man, the legacy team, please come and present your gift. The legacy team. The legacy team.
Madam President, the people of government, on behalf of the legacy team and you guys marching, and I'm proud to tell you that today, all of these people that you see here, one way or another, and I can tell you that the majority of these people here today, the young people, in 2005, all of us were high school students.
Always ready to cost.
Today we are here, and we're proud to say that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was our president for 12 years. And group of smart young white ladies. And this is, I would like you to understand that on behalf of everybody, this is my own president. Nobody buys us better than me. I would like to present to you this beautiful girl. Maurice, for inspiring and creating an environment for us to dream. Thank you, Maya. There is no other environment you have given us than this one, and we can utilize it. Amen. No. Yes. Please bring it. Just not there. No, for it.
I know you are using your phone.
All right, thank you all. It's great.
You're recording, right?
Okay, thank you, the legacy team. And like I said, there's one young man. We call him the good, the bad, and the ugly. But he's a nice man. And this whole program, oh, Mother welcome. And this program, imagine we sat at the lunch table and we asked the question, we benefited from Madam Sirleaf's goodwill. What can we do for her? And he said back to us, it's your call. I'll play my part. And I was looking at his face and Aaron said to him, you ready again? You the dreamer, you can bring idea or so, tell how we can do it. He said, okay, I will stage the meeting, but you gotta do the groundwork. And I think it's going to be upon us as a legacy team to call upon this young man to come and make a brief remark and how he encountered this powerful woman of Africa. And now I'm pleased to call my best friend, George Cornasayon, winner.
Thank you, Ryan. Madam President, Auntie Jenny, the high table visitors, chiefs, elders, the legacy team, children. I will try not to say much to tell the story
about how I met the president. But let me begin by thanking everyone who helped to organize this. Kwesi, Bomi, and the entire legacy team for putting this together. I didn't think we could gather so many people from diverse backgrounds with so short notice. So thank you very much. The story of how I encountered the president in brief is this. When I finished graduate school at the University of Pennsylvania, I decided to volunteer to teach at the Presbyterian College of Health Sciences. And one of my close intellectual friends worked for the president and is known to many of you here, Raptel Pilley. And at one time or the other, he said to me, "Why don't you return home?" And then I said, "To do what? I know nobody here. I was born in far away, People, Maryland. I grew up in Francis. I have no connection to the government as it is." She said, "Just give me your CV." And she gave the CV to many people, including Dr. Brandy at the Land Reform Commission, Dr. Allen at the Civil Service Agency, and Minister Amara Conan. All of those three people interviewed me, and all of them offered me a job. But I opted to work at the Civil Service Agency for a simple reason. With Minister Conan, he wanted me to start at the ministerial level. I said to him, "I'd like to start from the bottom to find my way up because there are lots of things I don't understand." With Dr. Brandy, he said, "Why don't you become the director of the Land Reform Commission?" And the time to give me to go back to the US to resign and come back didn't allow me to take that position. So I went to work with Dr. Bushu Bernard sitting there and Dr. C. William Allen as an assistant to them. It was during that time that I met the president, because Raptel was moving on and someone needed to manage the scholarship program in the office of the president. And so Raptel asked me, with the consent of the president, to manage the scholarship program. A young woman by the name of Rebecca Kwabo, I saw here Octavius Kwabo, no relation, and God bless his soul, Dr. McLean. And together we championed the reform of the program, and it was heartening to hear from Winifred that he trusted that the program was transparent and based on merit. And so we thank all of you here for honoring the legacy of the president. For myself, I have been pleasantly shocked and surprised by what the president has made of me. For a child who was raised by a single mother with the blessing of Catholic missionaries, acquired an education, for me to be what I am today is because of the president's favor. And there was a time, I know Auntie Jenny is a very humble person. During Ebola, when I was Director General of the Civil Service, I too got scared, because there were many of us, or those of you in health sciences, living with congenital issues. And we wondered if we show up at hospitals, we would become victims too, because of what prevailed then. And I remember when I spoke to Auntie Jenny, she being a nurse, she said, "Don't leave." And through the crisis, she guided me. And today I'm here because of her counsel. Thank you very much, Auntie. So, as I told the president, there will come a moment when I will put all this in writing. So I won't say much except to sing a stanza of a song that for me summarizes my emotions at this point. I don't know the keyboard, people are gone, but I'll try to use my teacher's voice. Hey, when you gave the best of your service, tell me the world that the Savior is born. Be not dismayed when the world don't believe you. God will understand and He'll say, well done. Oh, when I come to the end of my journey, worries of life and the battle is done, carrying the cross of God to redemption. God will understand and He'll say, well done. Madam, thank you. God bless you.
But at this point, I'm most honored coming from Sanikolin Kiamoto to Monrovia to welcome Madam President for a response.
What's she talking
Thank you. Please sit down. When we started, George Whistler was the first to speak, as you may recall. George was speaking with such spirit. Loud voice, all the right things. As we moved from group to group, you notice the tempo went down. Everybody getting hungry. But George has lifted our spirit in his final words and his final thank you. For each group that spoke today or that presented a gift, there is so much that I have interacted with them. There is so much that we have done together. It would be difficult to try to recall all of it. But in every one that have come here, they've come because we share certain values. We share certain aspirations. We share the same hope. We have the same love for our country. And so each and every one of you have done so much. It's I who should thank you. Because to be president, you just won. And in our system, everything revolves around the president. Most times you have to say, no, it belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. You have as much a responsibility as I have. I can't do it alone. And for each of you, you were there because you know that we will only achieve what we achieve together. And so you stood by me. Many times there were difficulties when you were not doing it right, or you thought I was not doing it right. But we could meet and talk about it. Again, because that ambition that we had
to achieve the goals that we established was where your commitment was. And so you were willing to stand the test and to take us to where we are. So to all of you, a big thank you. Someone said something that I remember very well. I think it was the one who's chairing the group here, our moderator of the session, who said, if we were coming to an occasion like this, 2 days before your inauguration, you would then have to question, why are we there? Maybe we got CD in our pockets. Maybe we got some other place that we want to be able to recommend ourselves to you. He said, but today, we are coming 2 days before your departure from the office. 2 days when the power has left you and the authority is no longer there. But we came back to say, thank you for what you've done. That's the greatest thanks anybody can give to somebody. Because then you know that it's real, it's truthful, it's strong, it's believing. So that's why I say that I should be thanking you. Because what we've accomplished, I owe to each and every one of you who has spoken, and each and every one of you who have not spoken. Because you too had a place in what we did. Liberia will be stronger because of you. And I will still be there in the background. And again, when you do something you're not supposed to do, I'll call you. And I'll say to you, no. That was not what you trained for. That was not what you gave all those difficult years to get an education, to prepare your professionals, to prepare yourselves for professionals. I will just remind you, at that time, not have power, you can just say, what are you talking about? You can just shake me all and leave me alone, man. Only they go down. But the only will remain strong. And together we will look back with pride of what we've done. And pride in what you will continue to do. So we can see the country 5 years from now, we can see it having doubled the progress that we've been able to achieve. Thank you all so much.